Take money 434. Ooh.
So the Tory Lanez sentencing is today. He's in Los Angeles Superior Court. Updates still coming in. Reportedly, 10 women in the box in the jury. Racially diverse. Still waiting for more updates. Soon to come. Check this out.
And even though we've come to this juncture, trust.
I'm not gonna let y'all keep playing in my face. And I'm not gonna let this nigga keep playing in my face either. So, yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit.
So we got more news thanks to Megan Cuniff of Legal Affairs and Trials, formerly of the Daily Journal in Los Angeles. According to her, it was 76 letters that were read. Some may have been in support of Tory Lanez, some may have been against him. But one of the most notable names was Iggy Azalea. She wrote a letter to the judge asking that the sentencing be something where he learned from it, but also not something that ruins his life. Also, Tory's father, Son Star, spoke and apologized to the judge. And we got more to come because he wasn't sentenced on Monday. It carried over into day 2, which will be today, Tuesday, August 8th, 2023. Check this out.
It's kind of good to kind of stretch this out just from a reporting standpoint because there's so much information that comes in that we want to cover. But a big thing is going to be the letters that Judge Hereford read and he summarized. There were 76 letters that should be made public. Like I said in the last one, Iggy Azalea wrote a letter. There were a bunch in there, so that'll be a big thing to get. And I'll be focusing on that tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully, we can get those in. And God, this might see so much fun watching another man in prison. These people just. What is up, guys? I am live. I think you might hear Neek's live over there. She's doing her thing over on the other side, but. I am just here to tell you all what's going on. I was able to get some tweets out. And the big thing in the beginning was they called it a trial, but it took like 10 minutes, the judge deciding which aggravating factors to consider. And the big thing is he said no to the callousness of it. He said he didn't think things rose to any kind of level to just, it wasn't anything other than like, I don't want to say a normal shooting, but he didn't think that prosecutors had proven that. I don't know if that's really going to have an effect on the sentence because they still have the vulnerable victim and the use of the gun enhancements. So I think we're going to find out this afternoon more about that. What did Iggy Azalea? We have not seen all of those letters yet. We haven't seen any of the letters yet. They weren't filed publicly. Judge Hereford did say he is going to make them available, like on the public record. So I'll be able to get those later. I don't know if it's today, but that's going to be huge. I think he said it was 76 people who wrote letters, and Iggy Azalea was the biggest name that I knew. And the quote that Hereford read from the letter was that she urged him to impose a sentence that is transformative and not life-destroying. And Hereford went through, read the names of each person that he got a letter for, and gave a brief summary. What's up, people? We are outside the sentencing. I wanted to give a quick update. I can't be here too long because I gotta, catch a train and do all this stuff. But Tory was not sentenced today, as I kind of suspected, feared. We're all coming back tomorrow to find out. There was some more argument to go over. We're going to hear a few more issues about mitigating, aggravating stances, and then they're going to make an argument, and Judge Hereford will issue the ruling tomorrow. So we did hear from Megan Thee Stallion. She was not there in person. She issued a statement that District Attorney Kathy Atta read aloud, and it talked about how she really struggled with whether to be there that day, and she doesn't want her presence to be, her lack of presence to be seen as anything other than her preserving her own mental health. And just continued on in the statement about how she hasn't had a moment of peace since the shooting happened, and that Tory has lied to anyone and everyone who will listen. And she really made a point that she wants the sentence to be a message for all women who are victims of violence. And she had a line in there that mercy is reserved for people who show remorse, and that he hasn't shown any remorse whatsoever. Big findings were, Hereford made it clear. He said he thinks the conduct, the social media posts and the harassment is a major aggravating factor here. And he did conclude that he cited an appellate. He said he thinks there are appellate court decisions that preclude him from factoring in Lanez's lack of remorse. But he said that the fact that he's going to consider the his post-shooting actions like social media posts, I mean, he basically told the prosecutors that that's basically like him considering the lack of remorse, although he's not going to consider it. So it's not looking good there. And testimony about, Tory's involvement in different charity drives and how he's always looking for a way to give back. He called him Daystar. He said he's always looking, anyone who knows Daystar knows that he's always making music and he's always looking for a way to give back. So, and then Sunstar got up and spoke. And that, kind of touched me because everybody in the courtroom remembers when he just freaked out after the verdict.
It's not dirty! It's not over! God does not lose! Never. And even though we've come to this juncture, trust me, you will see that our God does not fail.
This is not the
I
first
know
time
that this is wickedness. This district attorney, Miss Kathy Atta,
was like, whoa, dude, that wasn't normal. But he was very, he wasn't just all out crying, but he was emotional. And he said that he wanted to say something personal to the judge. And he cited the Romans and just said that he respects the judge. He wants the judge to know that he respects him and that he apologized for the big outburst. And even said that, when he comes into the courthouse, the people downstairs, like the people who work the security booths, are always smiling with him and nice to him because he's respectful to him. And Sunstar was really adamant to the judge that he doesn't want the judge to think that he was being, that he disrespects his court, that he has tons of respect for him. But he was really urging him to show mercy in his sentence. But that was kind of a moment because, everybody was just kind of wondering, wow, what is Tory's dad going to do? But after that, I'm like, okay, I think we're safe that he's not going to have another freak out outburst. And the dad just said that obviously he was emotional from everything. He had gone over some details of Lanez's life, and he really detailed what happened when his mom died when he was 11 and how that really affected him. And then when he moved into the apology to the judge, he just said that he sat in that courtroom in the trial and he didn't hear any of that. And he just heard people trying to make Tory out to be a bad guy. And I'm just sitting there like, well, it's because it's not relevant, dude. All the stuff about his background and stuff, of course that didn't come into trial. It's not relevant.
For so long, he's moved. Whenever he's moved, he's chained. That includes taking a shower. You try taking a shower with chains on. Not a pleasant experience. You try being in a situation where you're by yourself 23 hours a day, day in and day out. That's a form of suffering for which you must take into consideration if you're going to judge or attempt to punish him.
How is he feeling? What has he said to you today?
Again, he's encouraged, and we're certainly hoping that he gets a fair shake with Judge Hereford. And right now, it's not over until it's over. And even if it ends tomorrow, we're going to continue to fight.
So there will be an appeal. There will be an appeal no matter what.
Everything one step at a time. We're looking at the process, and we're going to utilize the process and try to assist them to the best of our ability.